Smile. I wasn't smiling.
No, you weren't. Oh my god. Okay, so I don't know if you guys really. I don't know how that works. When it says we're live, does it show our thumbnail that we take? Because we quickly go. It starts counting down right before we hit live, and it's like smile. It was great.
Yeah, gotta take a picture every time.
Every time. So, crap, there was something I wanted to say, and it already just went out my head. Oh, you want to know what? Hi, Corey. Hi, Michael. Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Happy
Wavy X.
Tuesday. Yeah.
One.
Hi. So it does show when you click on it. Okay, super. So you got to see Mike's face because he wasn't ready.
Not ready.
Never ready. So I realized today I did my workout and I had people to text and call back like instantly this morning as soon as I got done. And I sat down and I never got off my desk until now. And I was starving and I realized I didn't even have breakfast. I am starving. So if Mandee starts to get the hangries, I sincerely apologize. But what is there a race tonight?
No.
Jesus Christ.
Old emails.
Okay. So yep. So forgot to eat. So that was a good start. And then you know what I was thinking about? What time did we lose electric last night? I was
2 a.m.
Oh, it was 2 a.m.
I was still up. I couldn't sleep last night.
I couldn't sleep. Poor thing. My nose is running.
Yeah.
Oh, so cold. So Mike couldn't sleep. I passed out probably before 10 o'clock. I slept great. Thank you for asking. However, you know what really...
We can tell.
What really caught my attention this morning was if we actually lose electric, we can't go anywhere. We can't do anything. What would we do?
Well, Colton Donaldson says it's Taco Tuesday. That has me excited.
It is Taco Tuesday. I wonder, but I don't have.
Do we have stuff to make those?
I don't have lettuce. If you want to go to the store and get lettuce,
I'll get lettuce. I'm down.
Okay, we'll have tacos today for dinner. I'm okay with that. But wait, you didn't answer my question. I was thinking about going on.
What would we do if the electric?
Yeah, I was thinking about going on Amazon today or tomorrow and purchasing some board games. We really need some.
I'd go grab some car batteries and an inverter, and I'd plug your laptop into that. But we still wouldn't have
internet.
Wouldn't have Wi-Fi, so we'd have to use your phone as a Wi-Fi hotspot, and you'd still continue on with your daily life.
I suppose that doesn't sound very fun. What's for lunch? I'm hungry too. Thanks, Bob. We are having cheesesteak and I'm gonna saute up some veggies. I think it's like spinach, sweet potato, onions. Good stuff. Good stuff. But cheesesteak without the bun. We don't do buns around here. I'm pretty sure you tried eating a sandwich last night.
I did. I had a sandwich, but it was on a wrap because we didn't have any bread.
Now, do you call it sandwich or sandwich with a D?
I'm pretty sure it's sandwich, but I like saying sandwich better.
I call it like sandwich.
It's just more fun.
Sandwich. Okay. Jake asked, do you guys have a favorite place or thing to do after the races? There you go, honey. Want to answer that one first?
Go out to eat.
Okay, so this is going to be the exciting one over here, and then this is going to be the blah one going on. Okay, so yeah.
After the races, we're usually done really late, so we want to sleep.
Usually, the crew, everyone but the driver eats during the races, so the driver usually wants to eat after the races.
Yep, I really want to eat.
And that is one thing that we definitely, I don't know. Can you keep a window open at all tracks? Like just one window, even if the food's not warm?
You know what I really liked? All right, back in the day, I raced at I-88 Speedway. Mm-hmm. When we go get the payout, they'd have like the leftovers from the food stand there.
Did you have to pay for them or they give them to you?
It depended on the night. Sometimes it was free, sometimes it wasn't. I don't care if I have to pay for it. I just want food. And usually there isn't any open. Idea. They would keep at least the payout window would have like the leftovers. That. You make use of the leftovers, first of all.
Yeah, they don't go to waste.
And second, and it could be extra income. You can charge for it. Doesn't bother me any.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting paid, so I got money.
Sure. But I do like that idea. Because usually by feature time, most tracks close their concession stands, and the drivers don't get to eat until after. So I think having it where the payout is, like the leftovers doesn't matter. I think that's actually quite brilliant. I like that idea.
Gary Oakman says, if there's no power, the cell phone towers would be dead. What would we do then?
I know. Oh my gosh. Did you like that I put us back into our normal position? We're facing the window again. I couldn't deal with it. But I will say, my dad, I'm trying to think about my brother. He usually just does like Wawa or Sheetz after the races, but my dad's the old school diner.
I like diner.
Every week, diner.
After Fulton Speedway, every Saturday night we would stop at the Jordan Diner on the way home.
Yeah.
Now it's Kegs, I think. And then I think it burned down.
Oh, so it's not there anymore.
I don't really know.
We, after New Egypt and Bridgeport, because it's kind of almost like the meeting spot to go back home to my parents, we call it the Bordentown Diner, but it's the Town and Country Diner. And I can tell you, since I was little, I, to this day, do not know the waiter's name, but his name's 5 Star. And we call him 5 Star because he's got 5 stars. And he's known me since I was like yay big. So it's kind of like I grew up there at this diner.
Cadillac asked Mike, do you ever see modifieds going to fuel injection? I sure hope not. I'm not a fan. I want carburetors. If fuel injection, mechanical, not electronic. I hate electronic stuff on an engine. It's not my thing.
Will Glass asks, how many miles do you run in the morning and how many days a week? I hate running. I strongly dislike it. I try to do at least a mile a day when it's not crappy out. See, there's the neighbor again, like clockwork. I gotta find out where he works. He could totally like outrun me because he's a runner. You like running, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes running. He can go on the treadmill and, I mean, just go forever, and I don't. But
I don't really go forever. My goal is always like, let's see if I can do a mile in like 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah. Whereas
that's pretty good for me.
Yeah.
Or try to do a mile and a half. I don't usually go any further than that.
My little legs can't keep up. But we do usually like to work out at least 5 days a week. So today was a really good leg day for me.
Noah Sherman asked Mike, have you thought about getting your car replicated? We have replica cars that we sell. So let me know if you want one.
Oh, wait, someone sent you message questions, didn't they?
Yeah, do you want me to read them?
May as well. I'm scrolling through. Oh, Scott asked, have you checked out Hot Carl's videos yet? I think yeah.
The latest one, I believe, that I just saw was him going to the dyno with his engine. Mm-hmm. He's really against crate motors.
Are they not quarantined?
I'm not necessarily against the idea of the crate motor, but I'm against the fact that it's hurting all the engine builders, which I think is the point he's making. Mm-hmm. All the engine builder businesses suffer because of crate motors, and I don't really like that. I think that was the gist of his latest video. It's pretty funny. He's hilarious.
Interesting.
And he's got good points on like old school racing values.
David asked, this is a good question. Why are some of the haulers lettered and some are not? Doesn't it have to do with...
It's all about the police.
Yes.
Yes. If your hauler is not lettered with anything on it, you have a better chance of getting away with calling it an RV, and you don't need a Class A like CDL camouflage. It just helps you to not get pulled over. If it's like the more stickers and stuff you put all over, the more they want to hassle you.
Yeah,
it seems like so. It's just trying to not have to deal with that.
It's basically trying to get to the track as fast as you can without having to get pulled over.
Yep.
What were our questions?
Not like trying to speed or anything.
No, but
just
you get what I was saying.
Yeah, you get, if they pull over and hassle you, then you could be late.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, someone asked, what is the okay, it's Jacoby. What is the nastiest food you've ever had at a racetrack?
I don't know.
I've had some pretty
Something
bad
that wasn't
burgers.
Cooked well or overdone.
Yeah. I have a problem with meat. That can be a completely different topic of discussion, but I usually like to go with French fries or mozzarella sticks when I'm at the racetrack. So, oh, Jake says Netflix Tiger King. You know what? I don't know how I feel about that show.
A lot of people are watching Ozark or Tiger King.
And you guys recommended Schitt's Creek, so we've been binge watching Schitt's Creek, but I think we're almost coming to an end. It is hilarious.
I don't know if I'm ready to start a new show yet.
No, but I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of mixed feelings on Tiger King, and I can't do anything with animals in movies. So if they get harmed, please tell me. Otherwise, I'm not going to watch it.
Don Slater asked Mike, I heard that at least one modified is going to be Ford Power. What do you think? There's a lot of guys running Fords. I mean, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's quite a few. Mm-hmm. It's not abnormal. What's really abnormal is to see somebody with a Mopar. It takes a whole different bell housing and everything to run with it. So it's a little more work.
It just dawned on me. Okay, so we're going to do a quick reminiscing here. I used to swear by New Egypt's cheese fries. I think it's just the cheese in general. I mean, cheese is definitely not good for you, but it's totally cool. So I pride in telling people like all about food, if you don't know that yet. But New Egypt used to have the best cheese fries. And Wall Stadium used to have very, very similar cheese fries. It's the cheese, okay? It's the consistency of the cheese. Well, I think it was 2 years ago, I learned that the gentleman that used to run the concession stands at New Egypt, he had left and actually runs the concession stands at Orange County, which means the best ever cheese fries, we're going to have them at Orange County this year.
Every week.
Every week. That sounds really dangerous, but I'm super excited for that.
I prefer really good stuff. Fries without cheese.
Yeah, I'll take all the cheese.
I like ketchup and fries. And I don't like vinegar.
You don't like pickles either. It's weird.
Because I don't like vinegar.
So get pickles and the salt and vinegar chips, and Mike will eat them.
And I'll run away.
You'll run away. The Ranch on Netflix. Yes, that was a great show. I think isn't it?
Yeah, we're almost caught up on The Ranch. I think we could finish the last season.
Rob asked if we ever went to Lake Placid. Great restaurants. Yes, we have.
Yeah, there's a lot of good restaurants there. We've been.
Is it Smoke Signals? I really liked Smoke Signals. There's one. I went with my girlfriends it seemed like a few weeks ago. It might be like months by now. But it's
actually, I went with my girlfriends. It was me and 3 girls, including
me,
Mandee.
Em, and Mackenzie. Yes, okay. Well, I had met up with our girlfriends at lunchtime and went to a cute restaurant that's, I don't know, but it was delicious. They actually had like a Brussels sprout salad. I used to hate Brussels sprouts, but it was really good. And then Mike met up with us at the restaurant for dinner. Favorite brand of ice cream and flavor? Ooh.
Right now, peanut butter pandemonium from Stewart's is hard to beat. That's pretty good.
Because it's all our options.
I wouldn't care if there was other options right now. I think that's the best there is.
What's the one? It starts with P. Is it P? The one that they sell in Florida and at Dirt Week. Praise.
What's in it? Coconut?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a lady. It's
for her. It's just anything with coconut or mint.
That ice cream place by your parents' farm that your father does not like to support.
Oh,
they sell
cream at the top.
Yes, but what's the brand ice cream?
Is it Perry's?
I think it might be Perry's. It might be Perry's. That is really, really good. And I hope I'm giving you the right facts, but that ice cream.
See, Perry's puts their peanut butter in chocolate ice cream. I don't really like that. I want vanilla ice cream with peanut butter and chocolate fudge. It's the only good ice cream.
So down in Jersey, there are 2 really good ice cream spots. There's Nina's Waffles, which is the one that you really, really like.
Nina's Waffles is awesome because they put the ice cream on a fresh, hot waffle.
Yes.
I mean, that's just
And
amazing.
I really, really like Oh Wow Cow. However, Mike does not because
they don't have peanuts, which means no peanut
allergy.
butter.
It's all homemade local ice cream.
What's the point of ice cream without peanut butter?
Oh my God. Okay.
John Case says, Mike, can we please get Northeast Modifieds on iRacing? What I've been told is they have been scanned. Weed Sport's been scanned. That they're working on it. It's coming. I don't know when.
Trevor asked, when do we get to see drunk Mandee? How often do you see me drunk?
The thing is, I think you have seen her. She just doesn't show it like me.
Like Mike does? Yes. I mean, the last video I posted, I had at least 3 margaritas. That'll do a number to you. But I'm usually pretty like.
The thing is I can be, I don't know what you call it, fun like that without even drinking.
Yeah.
I mean,
we really don't need it.
I don't know. I just like that goofy.
Yes. Sorry, Bob. We have to stop talking about food. He didn't have lunch yet. Our oven just beeped, but we're gonna have to wait because we have our live to do.
You have 15 more minutes.
Okay. Brody asked, you mentioned support for smaller bodies a few shows ago. What do you think about going back to 1987 era bodies? Boom.
Brody. I want to at least go back to the size of those bodies. They could update and make the cars look a little more modern and smoother or something like that, but narrower so that the body panels don't get wrecked so easy. Like further in so that the bumpers and the wheels are stuck out further away from the body. That's what I would prefer. It would just save everybody a lot of money, and we wouldn't have to use as many sheets to make a body. I think we use like 8 sheets of aluminum to make a modified body right now, and it takes about 60 hours of labor.
It's a lot
to build it. It's really
and to wash it is
a
just
lot of rivets
so much more fun.
Zeus buttons and Zeus springs, and there's just a lot of fasteners. And
someone wants to know, when do we get to see Jenny again when Mandee goes to the race shop? I haven't been since last week. I'll work on it, I promise. What else? Oh my goodness.
When you two met, who pursued who?
Huh? Who asked that question?
John Doe.
John Doe. I mean, you can tell him.
Mandee pursued me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was hot stuff, apparently.
I'm a go-getter. I saw it and I'm like, I want that. And it worked. So,
yep.
Yeah, so here we are. Quinn asked, Mike, big question. Do you prefer half steering box or full? And which do you suggest?
Right now, I would have, like a year ago, I probably would have said full box because that's all I ever had. And I was fine with them. But then right now I've noticed that with the chassis flexing more and everything, the half box seems to hold up better. They don't, the housing isn't flexing as much because it's not floating between the 2 frame rails. It's just only using the left side of the car. So it just seems more stable. It doesn't wiggle as much in the car. You'll notice if you don't tighten the clamps down really, really tight, that the box will wiggle as you steer just a little bit. And it'll throw you off driving. And if you over tighten the clamps, it can ruin the steering box. If you clamp it down too hard on the left side where the sector or the shaft goes through for the pitman arm, if you over tighten that, it can ruin it. So I think it's a stronger mount for the half box. So I'd go half box if you have a choice. But I don't know. Not necessarily.
I've had a few. Oh.
Not necessarily like you have to update it, but it's just if you didn't have one, you're gonna go buy them. I would go half bucks.
I've had a few people ask how BP3 is doing.
Oh, he's getting a go-kart ready.
I'm gonna cry. My brother raced this. Well, we drove it.
Kind of like a quarter
midget. We drove this in our backfield, and my brother raced it. I raced it. I drove it into a tree.
And then your dad put a hitch on it.
Yeah. So now it's cute. It looks like he's throwing the piece, but that's like his number one. He's giving the number one.
Mm-hmm.
So he's getting his practice laps in. My dad has a hitch. He's pulling him around with the 4-wheeler on it. Super cute. They move the pedals up so he can reach them. It makes me cry. I'm over here like, can I just go home and play with my nephew? So yeah, he's got plenty
Speaking
of
your
attention.
dad, Nick asked, did Billy Pauch ever drive the 707?
I know the 704, but I don't know about the 707.
He drove a lot of numbers.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever heard of the 707.
And a lot of them were before Mandee's time. So
if he has, someone can comment and tell me because I'm not sure about that. That one especially.
His other question is, what are the advantages and disadvantages between American Racer and Hoosier tires? For like sprint cars and
did you say who the questions were from?
These are from Nick Marco.
Thank you.
So for sprint cars and late models, I really don't know because I don't have a lot of experience. But for modifieds, the American Racers are faster on the track by about 0.3. But so if it's an open tire, everybody runs those.
Mm-hmm.
If it's spec and you have to run Hoosiers, there's a few less compounds, so there's a little advantage there of not having to have so many different compounds in your trailer. But a lot of times when you're running American Racers, the sanctioning body limits the compounds anyway, so you might not have to have so many either. American Racer has softer compounds. Hoosier has harder compounds for our modified. So for different tracks, sometimes one can be better.
I like Bob's question. How do you decide what gears you're going to run, and do you change them? I think you might be asking.
Decide. I either decide based off of the size of the track and what I ran last time I was there, and then when I go out, I'll look at the tachometer and see, like, did I turn enough RPMs? Do I need more gear? Do I need less? It's just based off of the RPM range that the engine likes. And every engine's a little different on that end, but usually the manufacturer, like I can call Bicknell and they'll give me the gear I need for any track because they have so much feedback on that. That is one thing that I really get a lot of help from from the manufacturers mm-hmm. is gearing, because they always seem to be right on that. You know, like every driver's got a different preference on like shocks and wedge and ride heights and stuff like that. So you can't really always lean on the manufacturer for that. But gearing is that's really helpful. So
maybe we should do a video on gears, because I don't think people realize. I mean, one, there's a lot of people out there that have no idea. Like, I assume that gears even exist, that you have to put them in a certain way, that you have to make sure like they're still good, they're not worn out. You can strip gears, mm-hmm. like all that stuff. Yeah,
we could do a video on that. There's all different kinds, different brands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was your other? What do you
got? The other one was, lastly, can you see an alcohol fire? They're very hard to see. It looks like kind of a gray haze, almost. You know, you can't really. It doesn't show orange flames.
What do you run at Grandview?
Grandview, you can run gas or alcohol. It's just different weights.
Do you remember watching that video when Oppenheimer caught on fire? Was he alcohol?
Might have been. I can't really remember.
That was nasty.
But that was a very ugly crash. I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah.
From that one.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter.
Michael Sayre says, "Don't put the big gear on the bottom." That's right. Put the big gear on the top.
There's some funny sayings to go with them.
I'll leave that out.
Yeah, we don't know the age range here, so we'll just leave big on top. John Doe.
Does your car owner have input on setups, or does he leave that totally up to you?
Your nose is so warm.
Different car owners are different.
Yep.
I've driven for people who have tried to tell me everything to do, and some are kind of in the middle. Right now, I'm very fortunate. My car owner, George Huddig, leaves me to make all the calls, and I prefer it that way. I've spent my whole life studying and gearing up for this, and I really don't like, if anybody questions me, it makes me question what I'm doing. So I need to be left alone on making those decisions.
I feel a lot of drivers are like that, though. You know what's best, but when you get, I mean, it could be in anything in life. You know what works for you and where you're at, but someone can come in and just get in your head and
if somebody tells me otherwise, it gets in my head. So I prefer everyone to just leave me alone on those decisions.
Mm-hmm. Any Super Dirty 63? Any shows in the 33 this year? Funny you asked that.
Yeah, my dad's home right now,
working on it,
quarantined in the shop in King Ferry, putting our 2019 Bicknell together that we never had time to race last year.
Oh, that was the new one?
Yeah, it's a brand new car.
Wow.
We didn't have time to put together last year, so excited to get that out, a short track Super Series race.
Yeah, so I was like, how are your parents doing? He's like, oh, Dad's in the shop putting together my race car. I'm like, where's he going? Where are we going? So yeah, short track races are great.
There's seeds from the lemons in this lemonade.
I'm sorry.
That's terrible.
Well, they're fresh squeezed. What can I say? I don't have the thingamajigger. There was a question.
It was good lemonade, though.
I think it might have been. Here we go. Braden. That goes with the short track, right? Braden wants to know if we're coming back to Woodhull this summer. Short track go to Woodhull this summer?
I think so.
Yeah, I'd imagine then. I think. Let me check the schedule.
It's in the schedule, I'm sure.
Schedule. Woodhull. Would you like to see the color coordinated schedule, guys? This is how I keep my. Can you see this? This is how I keep track of everybody. Oh, you really can't. This is terrible.
Marvin asked.
Sorry.
Mike, let's see. Wait a minute.
Let me see it here.
What about mounting the steering box in rubber so it can flex? Yes, if you run the full box, you should run the rubber mount on the right side so that it can flex a little bit and saves the housing from cracking.
Woodhull is in August, which is on Anthony Monica's birthday.
Oh, sweet.
August 11th. So yeah, we should probably be there.
Corey Brown asked, Mike, are you going to be in the top 10 in points this year? I hope you do.
Yeah,
well, I sure hope so, too.
Yep.
It's pretty hard to tell you right now, though. Yeah. I'm very confident, but I can't predict the future.
Michael Sayer is coming from Cali for Eastern States weekend. Heck yeah, you better stop over and say hi. I mean, that's a couple months in advance, but I'm for it. Okay. Make sure to stop by the trailer. Great time that weekend.
Jay Sick asked, are you keeping car in Middletown or are you traveling both ways? We're keeping the cars all up here in Elizabethtown and traveling the distance.
Super Dirty 63, is there a lot of inconsistency in tires? Like, are they softer or harder than they're supposed to be, or incorrect size?
In sizing, yes. When you get the chalk marks, most of the time they're way off what they're supposed to be. Doesn't matter what brand. In softer or harder, not really. We used to carry a durometer and kind of check them between each other, and they seem really, really close on softness. So you do often like run a race and say, man, that was a good set of tires though. Like just randomly, like, man, those things hooked up better than the last set. But it's pretty hard to tell. There's so many variables, it's pretty hard to tell why. So
Jake had asked why, or you just said, maybe it wasn't a question, it was a statement, to put the schedule on Mike's website. Well, about that is we link our schedules on our phones. However, we put every single race that's possible on our calendar. That doesn't mean he's going to go to all of them. So
Yeah, I like to put them all in so that if we have a rain out or something, we can go, hey, we could go to this one.
Like the calendar has 3 races on one day kind of thing.
You get on that day when it's raining, people are always like, hey, are you going to come to here? Because your home track's raining. It's fun to do, but you got to have stuff ready to go.
Yeah, Kyle wants to know, what's at the top of your bucket list for your career that you have yet to accomplish?
A series championship or Super Dirt Week.
Hell yeah. Absolutely.
Eastern States 200.
All the marquee
Fulton
events.
200.
I mean, how could you not?
Those are.
I'm gonna start with Fulton 200 because those
are my main goals.
It's like your home track, where you grew up. It's your roots. I was just gonna start singing a Roots song, but I refrained to save you guys from this struggle. Okay, so. Hi from Illinois. Hello, Charlie. I think this marks 30 minutes. I am starving. Are you starving? Is there any question, Michael, you would like to end on?
Jasic asked, do we have any new designs from Pilot yet? And he just sent me a design the other day, and I sent it back with a few revisions. So we should have our new body done relatively soon, I would think. The revisions shouldn't take too long after this.
Jason asked, do you ever stay in your toter or do you stay in hotel rooms?
A little bit of both.
Depending.
Mandee prefers the hotel room. I prefer to cheap out and just camp in the toter. Although I don't mind the hotel room with the shower and the clean bed and all that. That's nice. Maybe a gym, maybe some continental breakfast. Yeah, there you go. That's all nice.
I like not against any of the people that we travel with, but I know how often these guys clean the toter, and I prefer to sleep.
I think we'll have more time to do that this year.
That would be great.
all this stuff going on, we got time to clean.
Okay, so John Doe, out of your weekly tracks, which track is the toughest to win at? Last year?
Last year, we had 2 wins at each of our weekly tracks. Yeah. So I guess you could put them pretty equal. They were both tough. Malta is very, very tough. The tricky thing is, there are tracks that are hard to win at, but when there's handicapping, if you had a couple bad weeks, it's easier because you start up front. But from the back, like starting from the rear, I would say like Malta. That is a hard track to win at from the back.
Yeah. But you make it look good and exciting when it happens.
Yeah.
You're like, nah. No one likes to start that deep.
I don't think I won from the back last year. Maybe mid. Like they only handicap like 10 or 12, so you don't have to start that deep.
No.
It's not like the tracks that handicap
New Age and Bridgeport are 18.
Yeah, that's a long ways to come from.
Yeah.
But some tracks are easier to come from 18th. Than, than
that's
others.
True. That's true. So 33 minutes in, guys, we appreciate you. We hope that you're having a fantastic Tuesday. It is lunchtime. I hope you ate lunch while you listened to our lunchtime talk show, but now we're going to go have our lunchtime. So thank you. And anything you'd like to add, sir?
No, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, has it? So splendid. So
enjoy lunch, guys.
Have a great Tuesday. Don't forget to... I should be whispering this. Don't forget tomorrow's April Fools. Just a tip. Okay. Have a great day, guys. See you tomorrow.